Alright, mabuhay and welcome back to the Triple O Podcast, Our Own Opinion. Ang podcast na ito ay para sa mga Pinoy na may sariling opinion. We are so excited. We are on Season 3, guys. Okay, so, ano ba meron? Una sa lahat, to our listeners na nagsusubscribe, thank you so much for being with us. And to those who are new, please don't forget to subscribe to us and check our Facebook, our webpage, our Instagram, and all of that. You already know, so go check it out. Anyways, I'm your host, Rick. Ano ba meron ngayon? I want to talk about the theme of our Season 3, which is basically Filipino Diaspora. But before we get to that, I would like to know, kumusta kayo mga listeners ko? So, sa 2020, I know it was really hard and I hope a lot of you guys are doing well sa 2021. And let's start it ng mas maganda, mas maayos, and be more excited for many things to come. Para sa akin, ano ba meron sa akin? Hopefully, we can move to a different place, a much better place, God, in God's will. At the same time, I'm hoping to be able to go on vacation with my family and enjoy life. Life is too short. I know many of my listeners are outside of the Philippines, so ano naman ang mga mga ginagawa nyo as a ano ba tawag doon? Ano ba ang mga activity nyo dyan sa mga bansa na pinagtatrabawan nyo as an OFW or where you guys already migrated to? Let me know sa Facebook or sa Twitter account, sa Instagram page, wherever you guys can. I'll reply to you guys and we'll have a conversation. In relation to that, gusto ko sana for those who are listening, give me a shout out. Tell me your stories because I would like to hear it and maybe pwede natin ilagay sa podcast. It'll be nice for other people na marinig yung mga special stories niyo wherever or whatever it is. Kasi I believe everybody should be heard and everybody should be able to say whatever they want to say. So that's why the title's our own opinion. Okay, guys? Alright, so let's get into what I want to discuss for Season 3 is the Filipino Diaspora. Basically, ano ba ang ibig sabihin ng Filipino Diaspora is the dispersion of Filipinos away from the Philippines. Ano ba ang dahilan? Bakit nangyari yan? Most people would say yung panahon ni Marcos or after his reign is when people started leaving, or during, I would say. They would go out the Philippines to find a better life kasi nga wala nang trabaho sa Philippines, kulang sa income ang mga tao, so many fled the country to find a better life kasi nga walang trabaho sa Pilipinas, and most of them settled outside the Philippines. Hindi ako mapakali dito sa aking set. Bakit ba? Okay. Let's continue on. Well, I gotta say naman, in my own opinion, I think one of the reasons why maraming umaalis sa Pilipinas kasi nga mahirap ang buhay sa atin. Kaya maraming naghanap ng trabaho sa ibang bansa. Mostly sa Saudi Arabia noon. Tapos, or you could say Middle East, even Hong Kong, Singapore, ano pa ba? Yeah. So, Japan, yung mga Japayuki was a big deal back in the day. Kaya, yun ang the majority kung bakit umalis ang mga Pilipino sa bansa natin. Pero, one of the things that we're gonna be talking about sa Season 3, one of our episodes, or a few of our episodes actually, kasi yung one of the few reasons bakit umalis ang mga Pilipino doon is not really because they want to leave the Philippines, but because it was a circumstance of why maraming Filipino nurses sa United States was because merong program na kung saan America needed cheap nursing labor. So maraming mga Filipino nurses ang maagang pumunta sa Amerika, and most of them settled there na. So isa yung dahilan. And then another one yung sa Hawaii. Bakit maraming Pilipino sa Hawaii? Yung mga Filipino farmers na nagano ng pineapple. Kaya maraming Pinoy sa sa Hawaii. Isa na yun sa mga dahilan. Tapos ano pa ba, yung mga Filipino engineers. We were one of the best back in the day. Kung compare mo sila, yung kanilang mga bayad noon sa mga Koreans or any other na lahi ngayon, malaki ang bayad ng mga Pinoy noon. And they were being hired all the way from the Philippines, all the way to the Middle East. That's why maraming engineers sa atin sa Middle East. Even now, because they know Filipinos are good. Thing is, naging cheap ang labor natin because, yung economy ng Philippines bumagsak. So in many ways, we already were leaving the Philippines, not just because of yung Marcos's era, but at the same time, the Marcos era pushed it. And even the Aquino administration and the Marcos Ramos, they still weren't able to fix our country economically, and even what it is right now. But more power to Duterte. So they didn't do anything. So nag-continue yung pag-alis ng mga Pilipino sa bansa natin, and naging yun ang major income natin, yung ating mga remittance. Kaya there you go. So that's why there's a lot of Filipinos outside the Philippines. And that's why ang gusto kong pag-usapan yung ating Filipino Diaspora. Ano ba ang nangyari sa mga Pinoy na umalis sa ating bansa? Are they okay? How hard yung kanilang pamumuhay? Ano pinagkaiba ng OFW sa immigrant? Ano ang pinagkaiba ng immigrant sa ang tawag nito, yung pinanganak na sa ibang bansa na Filipino? And how is it for a young Filipino growing up in a different country? That those people there don't think na they are what, let's say, America. Like, you're not American because you're not white. Ano yung kanilang pamumuhay. So I would like to explore that, and I would love to hear other people's stories, kasi it's a good one. It's everybody's story is different and they're unique, and it'll be great to hear them tell their part, experience and all. Ano pa ba? So a few topics ng natin ng podcast will be, like I said, yung growing up outside the Philippines, right? And then I have a friend who actually is ang tawag nito, lumaki siya sa Japan, and then UK, and a few places, kasi I think his dad was moving all around because of his job. So he is a Filipino but never really spoke Tagalog when he was young, barely knew what Filipino history was. So in many ways, meron siyang identity problem kung ano talaga siya. But yeah, that's pretty cool, kasi now he knows, like, we hang out and everything. It's great to hear his story. I think it's one of those things that we should hear. Ano pa ba? Pinoy stereotype overseas. Now, sa mga sa labas ng, or yung mga taga Pilipinas, most of you guys wouldn't know when ang mga nagwo-work sa ibang bansa, may mga stigma kami sa mga immigrant, may mga stigma kami na kung saan yung parang ang tingin nila, oh, you're Filipino, oh, you must be in healthcare, ganyan. Or pag nakakita ka ng Pinay na asawa ng puti, they would say, oh, you know, male inbred yan, parang ganon. So there's good and bad stigma pagdating sa atin. So we're gonna explore that stereotype, and hopefully we can have another podcast collaboration for this segment. I mean, for this episode. And I think it would be great to have kasi they have experience from a few places that they've already been, and for my part, it's the same thing. So I'm excited for this one. I hope we can push for this and get this episode out, and hopefully you guys can learn from it and enjoy the episode. And then number 3, ang Filipino crab mentality, which is still rampant today. And I just wish you know what, it's kind of strong naman yung rampant, pero you can still see it kasi sa atin eh. Pero for many sa mga, I would say, educated na Filipino, there's less of it, pero you could still find na nasa buto nila yung pagiging crab mentality nila. So this one gusto ko sana magkaroon ng panel na kung saan we can explore why is that, and how, you know, each one has experienced yung crab mentality, and at the same time, what can we do to make it better, to have less of it, and to lessen it para sa next generation ng mga Pilipino. Okay. So moving on, since we're talking about mga immigrants, how about strange parents? Yung mga parang absentee parents, kasi parang dinala ko na yung anak ko dito, tapos bahala ka na sa buhay mo. Para bang ginagaya nila yung pag-iisip ng mga puti na, you're 18, you should live on your own. You know, everybody has their own opinion, and my own opinion for that one is I don't think is that as a parent, as you know, as myself, hindi pa tayo tapos sa pagiging magulang natin hanggat mamatay tayo, basically, right? Kahit nga patay na tayo, magulang pa rin tayo. So I would like to explore this kasi I have met someone na may issue na kung saan para bang napag-iwanan na siya ng family niya, even though they help her to come here, but they were never really there to support her mentally and emotionally. So this one would be a good case of word. I can't think about it right now. Pero yeah, magandang topic ito, and hopefully you guys have something to share too. Kung meron kayong the same na topic. So once this episode come out, guys, share your knowledge, your experience then, and hopefully have support for each other kasi I feel a lot of pain dun sa mga taong lacking ng emotional support na kanilang parents. Not only that, you know, even especially dun sa mga may mga divorced na mga magulang, sa mga anak, they don't see na nasasaktan yung kanilang mga anak, pero nagiging selfish sila para just because for I have no idea how it works. Pero that's my own opinion for now. And then, like I said, we're gonna explore and hopefully have a good end for that story. All right. Okay, so early February, just before the Valentine's Day, I got a couple of ladies who could help me with understanding in dating a non-Filipino. So, marami sa atin dyan na parang, gusto ko magkaroon ng girlfriend or boyfriend na puti, na ibang lahi, or Korean, or Chinese, or Japanese, whatever. So, basically, non-Filipino. Here's the episode. Wait for it. It's coming soon. Na kung saan these two ladies have dated different lahi. They're exactly different lahi. So, we're gonna have two different sides of experience ng European and Asian. So, this will be fun and exciting. Especially, it's the love season. So, and in many ways, I like the ending because I don't want to spoil anything. Pero, yeah, there's a good ending due to sa stories nila. Yeah, so wait for that, and I'm excited for that episode. And at the same time meron din tayong single mom na Filipina. Now, yun, I'm really like wanting to know like how it is. I cannot pretend na I understand ang pag-iisip ng isang single mom or even a single dad. Pero to actually hear it from another person, their life experience, and share it with you guys, I think we can all learn from this person, and hopefully she can share much more of her ups and downs, but mostly ups, and then and help yung iba din natin dyan mga kabayan na single mom, single dad, and maybe you guys help me find her the true love. Right? So yeah, it's another one episode. I think it'll be great sa mga Filipino dyan. So tune in, guys. Oh, by the way, if you have not, okay, because if you guys like this topics that I'm you guys letting you know, don't forget to leave us a review and join our conversation sa Twitter and Facebook account. And at the same time, don't forget to subscribe. Okay? Wherever you guys listen or you're listening your podcast right now, subscribe, guys. Subscribe. Ba't ba ako nag-stutter minsan kasi? Nakakasar. Alam mo kasi meron akong parang camera shy. Sa mga nakikinig, I also do video recording for our YouTube. So, that's why di ako makatitig sa sarili kong mga mata. Alright, saan ba tayo? Okay, this one I really like because everybody's into food. So the question is, why is Filipino food not very popular worldwide? And hopefully yung mga friends natin dyan sa Middle East, the mga chef, cook, you guys can help me with this one. Share your experience, yung mga your own thoughts, your own opinion on this episode. Hopefully we can get somebody to help us. And if you are hearing this now, and if you actually want to hopefully be a guest, let me know. Give me a shout sa messenger or anything. Okay, guys? Even sa email. Okay? Kasi kung tutusin, why, diba? Why is it not as popular as sushi, Japanese food? Okay? I think, Jollibee itself is like, sarap. Right? Kasi kung tutusin, if you guys you go to States, and you see other people, yung mga ibang lahi, not just like white, you got black, Latino, other Middle Easterns, they're like, ay, masarap ang Jollibee. Because at the same time, ang kinaganda ng Jollibee, punta ka sa Jollibee, gusto mo ng hotdog, meron siyang hotdog. Gusto mo ng burger, may burger. Gusto mo ng chicken, may chicken. Gusto mo ng spaghetti, may spaghetti. Kahit na anong lahi, pwedeng kumain sa Jollibee. Hindi lang sila plain burger. And hopefully, we can help Jollibee to be much bigger sa West. Sa mga nakikinig natin dito, lalo sa Canada. Alright, so yeah. So, Filipino food should be much more popular worldwide. So, let us help our Filipino community by eating and what do you call this? Exploring or sharing our Filipino food. Alright, so this one, bakit hindi masyadong ano ba nito? For this one, bakit or why is the Filipino actors or actresses or anybody na nasa Hollywood is not so popular, right? Me and my recurring co-host J to the C have already explored this a bit, and this is gonna be one of those fun episodes. And I think maganda ito kasi na-explore namin yung part na kung saan back in the day we were very popular somewhere mid 90s or around the 90s, before, after we basically hindi na tayo sikat, and then 2000s and beyond, and we're slowly coming back to limelight, especially now. If you guys haven't heard or haven't watched yung Superstore, pangalang Pilipino na yon, that gay guy dude, guys, it's so funny. You should check him out. You guys should check out Superstore on Netflix. Promote ko na yun right now. Because it's fun, and support the Filipino community on any media in its any form. So more power, mabuhay para sa atin lahat. You need to support our Filipinos there. And like ngayon, marami na ring mga Filipinos behind the scenes na kung saan that's what para bang they're helping out Filipinos to be more in the limelight, right? So yeah, magandang mapag-usapan ito. And at the same time, kung meron din kayong sarili nyong opinion on bakit hindi tayo masyadong sikat, let us know on our Facebook page. Guys, kung may narinig kayo sa background, may inaayos sa bahay, so may mga nayayanig kayo narinig. Sorry. Okay, so ano pa ba? Here's the question. Kung kayo ay nasa ibang bansa or kayo ay lilipat sa ibang bansa, anong gusto nyo? Klaseng bansang lilipatan nyo? Melting pot na kung saan you have to assimilate and become part of that culture, kind of like forgetting your own, or yung mosaic naman, kita ba yung kamay ko? Right there. Okay, so melting pot, chicken joy right there. Melting pot or kita ba? Mosaic. So melting pot, mosaic. Yung part na kung saan everybody is allowed to the freedom to express and express and do yung mga sarili mong culture, compared dun sa melting pot na kung saan you can say na when you go to America, you're American na. That's basically the melting pot. So ano ba mas maganda? Ano bang mas gugustuhin nyo? Or yung parang dito sa Canada na kung saan mosaic na parang, oh yeah, you're Filipino, you're Chinese, whatever, you can be all that, and at the same time you're also Canadian, parang ganon. I'm not saying naman na it's not the same sa America, pero there's basically and there's more difference pagdating sa mentality when it comes to a melting pot and a mosaic. So we're gonna have that discussion in one of our episodes, and I hope you guys are gonna be there. And yeah, it's gonna be one of those very informative sessions na gagawin namin. Alright, so ang pinakahuli is the why are there so many Filipino nurses outside of the Philippines? And I know yung pinaka-answer, but I would like to explore more of it with a few of our friends and nurses na Filipina. And I'm still trying to find kung merong ako makausap sa States, sa America, na Filipina, and maybe they can give us a much more in-depth history or at least experience nila doon on why much more popular ang mga Filipino nurses, not just in America, I guess, pero at the same time all around the world, kasi actually maraming Filipino nurses din sa Middle East and even sa UK. As far as I know, babe, basically wherever you go, pag may nakita kang healthcare, Filipino nurse yan. And it's a good thing. It's a good thing. It's a bad thing. And like I said, it's one of those stereotypes para sa atin. Kaya yeah, it's gonna be a good thing to explore, and hopefully we can find somebody in the States to help us with this topic. My gosh, I'm so excited sa season 3. I forgot to talk about the news. Okay, news. Ano ba news? Well, as of this recording, it's January 25. Si Biden is already the new president of the United States. That's the biggest news right now. And then sa Canada, Biden basically cut off the Excel pipeline. No more jobs. So I think it's a bad thing for us, pero because Biden basically said that let's do the old things that we used to do, and I think Justin Trudeau, our Prime Minister, will be happy about it, except for the Excel pipeline. I find that, at the end of the day, dahil pagkakitaan niya ng pera, that thing will come back. It's just a bump in the road right now kasi nga it's his first 100 days. At the end of the day, people, it's all about making money, right? So at the end of the day, it's all about making money. Kaya yung Excel pipeline na yan, babalik din yan in some form or another. It's just, they're gonna call it a different thing. Sa Pilipinas, yung girl na namatay, I think, in many ways, you know what? It's her fault too. It's hard to say naman na pero I blame each and every one of them na involved dun sa nangyari sa kanya. Okay, number one, siya, single lady na nakikihalubilo sa mga lalaki. So, she knows what she was doing. She is not a child. She is an adult. She knows where she went. She knows what she's doing. Ano ba yung party yun ng New Year's Eve? And she went there on her own accord with men. Instead of bringing a couple of lady friends niya, she just went there with gay people. So, I blame her at the same time kasi she's not that innocent. At the same time, blame din yung mga tao around her that they didn't do enough to call yourself a friend, na tulungan mo yung kaibigan mo kung ano man yung nangyari sa kanya. Now, in my own opinion, I believe they did drugs and she OD'd. She OD'd And basically, just like anybody else in the Philippines, di nila alam kung anong gagawin nila pag nag-OD na yung tao. They're just like, ano nangyayari sa kanya? Ano nangyayari sa kanya? And then basically, she died. And they all look terrified, I guess. Like, wala akong ginawa dyan, wala akong kinalaman dyan. Di ako nagbigay ng droga sa kanya, whatever. So, I feel sad na ganun ang ating sistema na kung saan you could have just called 911 and easily have somebody help her right away. But instead, they don't know what to do. They don't even know what phone number should they call. And that's why, pag tatanungin mo sila, ay, even yung truth machine, whatever you call that one, they probably give you the right answer na, did you kill her? They will all say no, and that would all be correct. Pero pag tinanong mo silang, did you guys drug her? And they say no, that thing would just probably like, you know, they're basically saying lying. And at the same time, did she OD? And they're probably gonna say yes, and that's gonna be true at the same time. Kasi nga wala silang ginawa. Hindi nila natulungan yung tao. Hindi nila tinulungan yung babae, even though they're friends, or at least man lang just another person who was convulsing or whatever. That's in my head, and I think that's what happened. But that's the past now. Well, hopefully naman mabigyan ng justice siya in many ways, para din naman sa kapakanan ng mga ibang tao sa Pilipinas na para bang kung may nangyari sa'yo, we should all be na para bang makarelate tayo sa mga police na they could resolve the issue at hand. Hindi yung para bang, well, you know, wala nang nangyari, hindi na namin alam, so wala nang justice. It's not good, guys. We gotta fix that part. So justice system natin, mabawasan yung corruption sa mga police. You guys already know Duterte is trying to fix you guys, and you guys should at least help each other. Sa kapwa nyo tao na lang. Huwag mo nang sabihin Pilipino, pero kapwa tao na lang. You know, give justice to those people. Okay? I guess that's it for today. I hope you guys like yung topic natin, and I hope you guys are excited for the season 3. And you know, sa mga topic natin, I hope you guys would learn a lot from it, and share, and at the same time be part ng ating podcast. So for the next episode, I'll be with J to the C about the Filipino, ano ba yun? Yung mga Filipino actors, Filipino artists, why they're not so popular in Hollywood. Alright? So don't forget to subscribe wherever you get yung podcast ninyo, so you guys can listen to that one. And so before we go, just to reiterate, season 3 is all about Filipino Diaspora. And ano pa ba? I guess that's it. Ulit-ulit naman ako. Okay, so that's it, guys. Thank you for listening. So don't forget to check our website, Facebook, Instagram, and our YouTube channel. I uploaded a lot more content there for you guys to consume, and hopefully would like and share to other people. Alright, that's it, guys. Ano pa ba? Wala na. Thank you for listening. You guys are great. Keep listening to us, keep watching. I'll check you guys out sa mga webpage namin. I'll connect with you. Alright, that's it, Pansit. Paalam.